everybody. Welcome back to another episode of I Live for This review show with my bitch, Trinity the Tuck. How you doing?
Why you got that so close to your mouth? You're like...
Girl, I was feeling myself. I was like, ooh, I just wanted to get up in this mic. Because this episode, I felt like the looks were cute.
I thought this was a good episode. I really did. I'm really happy that things are hopefully moving in a more... a better way towards the end of this. I don't know. You look really blown out right there. What the hell?
I swear it's my camera. Every time I move, she's like,
girl, she is like season 1 blurred filter bitch. They already warned us about that. Anyway, so let's get into this. The beginning was too sappy for me. There was not too much.
I know. I felt like there wasn't much to really talk about either. That's why when I was like sitting here trying to think of what I was going to start, I'm like, girl, there really wasn't any tea.
Yeah, it was all patty cake. So let's just move on to RuPaul coming into the workroom. And she announces that today's maxi challenge is the Snatch Game of Love, which out of the 2 different types of Snatch Game, this is my favorite version.
Oh my God, mine too. Like, it's just so much more easy to banter with everybody.
I agree.
They're just thrown at you. Like, girl, if you're not catching the jokes, then you just suck.
Yeah, and I feel like there's more of a position for your character. Like, you're looking for love. So like you can, whatever your character is, you can use that with the confines of your storyline. And there's only 4 people in it versus a trillion to have to play off of. So and you get an extra person because of the Bachelor to banter off of. I just feel like there's more options, more opportunities. Yeah. And I feel like, with Caitlyn, I did so much. That was my best character because it was that format was what I liked the best.
Yeah, it was a good storyline for your character too.
Yeah, for sure. So let's just go into what each of the queens are as their characters. Queen is King Schlong.
Queen, isn't it Queen Schlong?
No, is it Queen Schlong?
I thought it was Queen, but it might be King Schlong.
Maybe it is Queen. Queen Schlong, King Schlong.
Who knows?
It's one of the. It's basically a play off of King Kong.
Yeah.
Then we have Gala as Lara Leon.
Kitty I as. Remember that.
I don't know who that is. I've never seen that person. Kitty as Princess Diana. Nelly as Valentino, the designer.
Genius.
Yeah, and so that was the first group. So let's go through that. I thought this group was by far the best group.
Strong.
Really
Came
strong.
in guns a-blazing, bitch.
Yes. I thought that Queen had a couple of good jokes. I do think that her character kind of limited herself because she made it so specific rather than being more broad. But she did have some good zingers.
She did have some ones, but then they kind of just was like, okay, where are we going after this?
Yeah. And Nelly was hysterical.
Girl, when I tell you Nelly shut it the fuck down for me, like the makeup alone, I had to do a double take because I was like, oh my God, like the just everything on her face alone sold me. And then her accent, she didn't have to do much.
Yeah. And that's smart. You play into a character that you can naturally do with your accent. That's why I tend to go with Southern characters because I can just lean into that easier. RuPaul always says, if it's not broke, don't fix it, bitch.
Yeah. And you know what? I also feel like what really sets you apart as a drag queen is when you can do character makeup.
Absolutely.
Like I've always been taught by the legends of the industry, like Elektra, for example, EOY.
Yeah.
When I first started drag and I got a gig at Lips, Fort Lauderdale. It's like a little drag restaurant, but in order to work there, you also have to do a character. So I had to do. A lot of people told me I could do like Britney Spears.
And you look just like her when you do her.
Yeah. So for the longest time, I did Britney Spears, but in order to work there, I had to go see the Sea Witch. I always say the Sea Witch because everyone's like, you need to go see the legendary Elektra. And I was like, who the fuck is Elektra? And then they told me, and then I talked to her, and she taught me character makeup. And the one thing she said was to be a successful drag queen and create longevity in your career, learn character makeup.
Yeah.
And so whenever I learned that just stuck with me forever. So when I see drag queens that do character makeup like that, I'm like, you got something. You
Yeah,
could
it's
do this for a
impressive.
long time.
Yeah, it's very
Kudos.
impressive. And it was a great choice for her because there's a lot you could do with that. Like, I really liked how she pulled out the ruler. She had quick comebacks. I liked that she wasn't afraid to make fun of herself with the margarita
Oh my
pizza.
God.
It was so good.
Yes.
And RuPaul loves that. And then the standout to me, heads above everybody else, was Kitty. I mean,
Okay.
say what you want about Kitty. Her Princess Diana was right on the money. She had the jokes, she had the mannerisms, and she was quick, bitch. She was quick with her comebacks.
Yeah, it was definitely between Nelly and Kitty for me. They were battling it out because they were
Yeah,
so good.
so
But
good.
gag.
Yeah. And obviously, the weakest of the group was Gala as Lara Leon. And that's not really a surprise, as she didn't do very well on her original season with Snatch Game, I don't think.
It's
And
just crazy to me though, because a lot of the girls before they had gone on to do the filming, they were telling Gala, they were like, just let it go, just speak. They were really trying to uplift them and let them know, like, listen, we got you. Be confident, just do what you got to do and be funny. But I still feel like she got in her head.
I'll tell you this, being on that show and you go into a challenge that is not in your comfort zone, it is overwhelming. And
Oh, I'm
sometimes,
sure.
like for me, for roasts in general, like you immediately blank going
What's
out
so
there.
crazy to me about you and roast is that you're so good at roasting people in person. Like, bitch, when me and you get a couple drinks in us, or we're just like kikiing in the back of the dressing room, girl, we can roast each other to hell and back, and we're just burnt barbecue fish. But when it comes to like you standing up, you do kind of like clam up, and it's so weird to see you like that.
Because roasting, like stand up, that's basically stand up. Roasting is stand up.
Yeah,
It's joke. It's a joke. It's a formulation, and there is a punchline you have to hit in order for it to be funny. There's a
yeah,
setup and a punchline, and that's completely different than regular drag queen banter.
yeah,
And it's hard. It's a talent you can get better at. Um, but it's a timing thing. But
yeah.
back to this is more like drag queen banter because
Drag
it's
queen banter
off the
down.
cuff. You're just supposed to give quips here and there, something funny, even if it doesn't make sense, as long as it's funny or something stupid, they're gonna love it.
Yeah. And
But
Kitty
I
is
thought,
really good at that too. Like even when
yeah,
she's backstage or back in the dressing room, talking, she's always the first to like pipe up and say something cunty.
that has a lot to do with the culture of drag in the UK. They're very much like that, very old school drag humor,
Love that.
drag dressing room humor. All of them are very much like that. So they're very funny, very witty, which I knew she was going to be great at this. So I also agree with you that it came down in this group. It came down to Kitty and Nelly for
Yeah.
the win of that group. The next group we had Vanity. Wait, no, yeah,
Yeah.
wait,
Vanity, Alyssa,
yes,
Tessa, and Pythia.
Vanity as Lorraine.
Which I
Lauren.
didn't know who the hell she was.
She was a winner of Eurovision, which is like this huge thing, like American Idol or like America's Got
Mm,
Talent kind of thing, but
I never watched that.
it's been around for way longer. And so Vanity as her, Alyssa as Annie Oakley, Tessa.
Who's Annie Oakley too?
Annie Oakley is this like I guess Midwestern. I don't know exactly where she's from. Midwestern or Western, like almost like a cowboy, but she was a woman uh
Mm.
back in like the Western days. And she was known for like a quick draw, like with guns.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
Alyssa did her as a character for one of the musicals on All
See,
Stars.
I thought, but I didn't know if she was like doing, how Roxy did the Snatch game based off of a character she made
Right.
up. So I
Hmm.
thought Alyssa was doing that, but I didn't know that she was an actual person.
Yeah, she was an actual living person. Um,
Work.
then Tessa did Suzanne Barsh. Do you know who Suzanne is?
Yeah. Remember
Yeah,
when we were touring, I don't know if you remember this, but when me and you were touring and we had a show in New York, We
Yeah,
got
we went to
invited
her
to
one of her
go to
parties. Yeah.
Barch on Top. It was fierce, girl.
Yeah.
You know me, a little small town girl showing up to this, like, it looked like a girl. I probably shouldn't even say this, but girl, it looked like a Diddy sex party.
Oh my God, don't say that.
Girl, when I walked in, like being small town girl, I walked in, there was like people in the jacuzzi.
I'll tell you, it definitely is a freeing party,
It is a
but
freeing party.
everybody looked consensual. Let's
No,
just say
it was like,
everything
girl,
looked,
I'm, just drag queen
of course,
banter,
of
whatever.
course.
But
Yeah.
when we did walk in, I was very overwhelmed because like
Yeah.
I'd never seen
Never
things
seen
like
anything
this,
like it. Same,
nothing. But
same.
we had
Yeah.
such good time. Like Suzanne knows how to have a kiki too, because when we had hung out with her, she actually spoke to us like we were just normal human beings. It wasn't like she was better than you or anything. Like she was just so down to earth. I love that.
Yeah, I love that too. And she's a drag queen herself. I mean, girl, look at her costumes and stuff. She's
Yeah,
fierce,
cunty.
cunty. And then last we have Pythia as Zeus. And this, what I find interesting about this character choice is that, girl, this was not one of her choices. And she just pulled
Girl,
this out of her fucking ass.
talent. One
Out of her
word,
ass.
talent.
Now, for this group, my opinion, Vanity was okay. She actually was okay to me. I thought she was fine. It wasn't that funny, but I thought it was okay. Alyssa's was also okay.
Yeah, it was just okay
Um,
for me.
yeah, I felt like I would have loved to have seen Alyssa do something else. But this is the thing with Alyssa is she knows her strengths and she knows her weaknesses.
For me, I'm just gonna be all T. I feel
Yeah.
like Alyssa is one note.
And you know what? And that's fine. Like that you think that.
She
Because
has because even Miss Thing was saying, sorry to interrupt,
no, yeah, go ahead.
but Miss Thing was even saying, Vanity, she was like, girl, Alyssa is being Annie, Annie being Alyssa as Annie.
And that's
You know what I
true.
mean? It's just
That is
Alyssa.
true.
When you get Alyssa straight through, thin and clear.
But I'll tell you this. I think that this is a moment that Alyssa knows she's not strong at Snatch Game. And so she pulled a character that she knew worked for her in the past. And so she played into that, which again, RuPaul always says, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And so she listened to that, and
Yeah,
as we saw, it made her safe.
yeah, she's
I
very
don't think she
smart.
was anywhere near winning with that. Tessa was
Suzanne
awful.
Barsh, awful
Awful.
bitch. Girl, she kept rocking back and forth like she was in a fucking asylum.
I was like, what is she like shaking? She's got like a tick to her.
I
I
know.
was
I was like,
what
I
is
don't remember
happening?
Suzanne being like that.
At all. Didn't look like that, didn't sound like that, didn't act like
And
that.
what the fuck was that hair? That's not what Suzanne. I mean, Suzanne wears edgy stuff, but I don't see her dressing like that.
I don't know. Suzanne always has like a really fierce look. There's so many
Yeah.
looks that she could have pulled from, but it was a missed opportunity.
Yep.
But the standout of this group was definitely Pythia as Zeus. I thought she was incredibly funny. She was smart.
She kind of turned me on.
Oh, girl. I would have done
Girl,
a leather outfit.
girl, when she came out and she was like, yeah, and I was like, this is like very toxic masculinity, and I'm all here for it. I want you to punch me, I want you to spit on me, and I want you to call me your bitch.
Well, I'll tell you what, Pythia as her normal self,
Cute
out
boy.
I think she's super attractive.
I don't know if I can get into
Not
all
in a
the
creepy way, but like just super attractive.
why would that be creepy? You can think someone's attractive.
I know, but I'm just saying in
Girl,
case
for me, the only thing I can't get into is the chest hair. The chest hair is too thick for me. If you can braid it, I'm like, trim it. But
I'm not into hairy as long. This is the thing about hair. Like Joey, my boyfriend, has a lot of hair.
mhm,
If you're gonna be hairy, I need you to be hairy.
yeah,
Like it needs to be even. And that's the one thing with Pythia is I think it all grows even. And so to me, I'm okay with that. As long as like down south, if I was with somebody like that,
yeah.
it's
It's giving very Elisa Summers.
well put together
You
because
remember Elisa when we worked at Honey
yeah,
Pot? She would shave
yeah.
everything that would be seen except for that.
Yeah, see that I can't no. But at least with her it's like it grows evenly, which I grow hair just like in the middle like a goat and I hate that.
Not a goat, bitch.
Yes, I hate that on people when they just grow.
Bah!
Yes. I hate it. But so overall for the Snatch game, my two best ones was from the same group, which was Kitty and Nelly. I thought that they were definitely the top two. I
Yeah.
thought Pythia was top three for sure. And then my bottom two, just by Snatch Game alone, was Gala and Vanity, but Vanity was kind of like on the edge. I think Gala was the only clear bottom.
Yeah, I think that see, the way that I did it was just based off of the groups. And I
Yeah.
thought out of the first group, Nelly was my first. I was just
Mhm.
obsessed with the makeup and I was obsessed how she acted.
Yeah.
Fierce. And then it was obviously Kitty too. Worst in that group was Gala. And then for the second group, Pythia was my first.
Okay. Yep.
And then probably Alyssa second
Okay.
because Suzanne and Laureen was just flat noted for me.
Yeah, they were bad. They
Yeah.
were bad.
Bad
Yeah,
bitch.
the goat. Well, RuPaul on the runway is in a white gown. Let's go over to their Instagram. So we're gonna
Yes.
look up RuPaul's Drag Race Instagram and look at this white gown. And do you want to give your opinion first?
Um, sure.
Or
If I
I
can
can give
find the
it.
picture, if I can find the picture, where's the
I'll
damn
go ahead
picture?
and say mine while you're finding it.
Okay.
I thought this was absolutely stunning. It's simple, but the fabric is that rhinestone fabric, and she's corseted out of her mind. It's got a really great shoulder padding, and it just gives her this amazing goddess silhouette. Her hair color, the shape of the hair, that blends right into her makeup. She looks absolutely incredible. It's so simple, but this is like a fierce look. I just love it.
Yes, this look for me, I love the fact that you said that the color of her contour goes right into her skin, her hair color.
Yes.
That hair color to me, fresh, just chef's kiss up for me with her.
Caramel.
Everything. The
Yes.
color just looks so good on her. It
Very
makes
good.
her look like she's glowing.
Yep.
The dress too, when I first saw it, girl, if you look at it in this picture, you'd be like, this is a basic ass dress. But in video, when the lights hit it and it's moving, girl, she looks like straight up money. I mean, it still looks
Money.
like money here, but just it's one of them things where just you soak it in person and it's just fabulous.
Yep.
The shape of her body is always motherfucking correct, bitch.
Girl,
Also,
nobody can come for RuPaul with her body.
that's the one thing.
Mhm.
You cannot clock
Nope.
RuPaul with this body. And let me tell you, it's hard to get this body
Oh,
because
yep.
me and Ethan, we've been working on like corset patterns, like new mock-ups,
Yep.
because we're trying to get that corset that she uses to where like it literally looks like you can push your skin up into it, but it
Uh-huh.
also cinches your body into it. Because the way that her body is correct.
It's correct. The as J. Jolie would say, those hips match
Girl.
those shoulders.
You I don't know why you had to give her a little shout out.
Yeah.
Next. No, but her dress is cut like,
It
and
is
it
true.
just hits the floor, perfect
Perfect.
length.
No.
The jewelry is just simple, just like the dress. Like sometimes less is more, and this is one of the moments where she turns it. This
Yep.
was a good pussy for me.
Yeah, I agree. This is I would even venture to say this is a great pussy just
Yes,
because I love the shape and from the face up is just
it's everything, and like the way that the white um shows the corset underneath, but it don't look like a shitty white panty. You know what I mean? When someone wears
yeah,
white panties, you can see like weird undergarments. This
right.
is like just enough.
Yep, I
It's
agree.
cute.
Now, Michelle has come on the runway in this black and white look, um, and she has her hair snatched in this long pony. And I'm going to give my opinion. Bitch, she looks like a pop star. This is pop star
Correct.
right now. Everything head to toe, correct, correct, correct. One of the best she's looked on the runway ever, I think. She's like the fit of this dress gives her shape. It sucks her in all the way down really tight. The shoes are right, the hair is right, the makeup is right. I mean, it is right. She is pop star, pop star, pop star bitch.
You can tell that she had fun putting this look together. I don't even know if she put it together, but you can tell that she had fun getting into this look because
Yeah.
the fact that her hair is just so snatched and like her jewelry matches, her makeup looks good. It's
Yeah.
giving almost like 60s kind of,
Hmm.
but like with a twist. You know what I mean? I love, 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 love the shoes. The shoes are
So
cunty
good.
as hell.
So good.
Uh, Everything about this, you said the same damn thing. I give it a good pussy.
And it,
Well, we give her pop star.
yes, a pop star. Michelle has her own thing.
Yeah.
So the runway theme is eat me. And there's so many things that you could do with this. Um, and they had to pick foods from around the world. So what I'm gonna have you do is introduce each girl
Yeah.
and I'll tell what type of food they are. And then we can discuss.
Okay. Let me find. So the first runway that we're going to start with is Pythia because that's on drag looks. We always use drag.looks because they let us use their pictures. They've been really good at posting quality pictures of all the looks and the different angles. So make sure you guys go follow drag.looks. But we're going to start off with Pythia. What do you think of her look?
Well, Pythia is in something called Spankanakopita. Bitch, I'm totally butchering that.
It
But
looked nasty, bitch.
it is a pastry style thing, like a pastry pie kind of thing. And I think it has like spinach and cheese on the inside. Um,
Ugh, I hate that.
but looking at her garment, it looks exactly, I mean, like if you didn't know it was based off of food, it's a beautiful garment.
She
But
definitely looks like a pastry, like with the
yeah,
brown like fabric, but
yeah.
I wouldn't know what that was if you wouldn't have told, if you would have, said
I
that.
do think like the way that it is rouged and stuff, it does give me like croissant.
Croissant. That's what I was thinking. It looked like a
Yeah,
motherfucking croissant.
yeah. Well, what do you think of the look?
I gave this a good pussy.
Yeah,
And because even though it didn't really remind me of like what the food was she said, the construction alone to this I thought was very, very well constructed.
yeah.
Her makeup looks good. Um, Everything looks just so polished. Even if she wasn't the food, she still looks like some sort of food. So I think she would have at least been safe on the runway. So I gave it a good pussy.
I think it looks exactly like what if somebody was to show the picture of the food, I would like, oh, I see it
Yeah.
completely. Because the color green that she used looks just like that cooked spinach. The
Yep.
hair blends into that fabric. It's the same color green. Her makeup is beautiful, like you said. The drapery of the pastry on top, it was great. So I also say this is a good pussy.
Okay. Well, next up we have Nelly, which she is in this blue, like this like light, is it like mint green or blue? What do you think?
It is kind of like a minty green, seafoamy green
Yeah.
blue. But her
What do you
food,
think of this?
well, her food is called a casada cake, and I see it. I see it a little less than Pythia's, just because there's so much lace going on, and to me, lace doesn't give me food.
It
But like
doesn't.
the
But it
rough
could give you wedding cake.
it does kind of give me that cake, like especially she has the cherry fascinator. The color matches what the dessert is. This ruffle thing that's on the side kind of gives me like whipped cream or icing. So overall, I think she looks beautiful, and I'm gonna give it a good pussy.
For me, I gave this a bad pussy.
Really?
Not because, I mean, well, some of it looked a little bad for me. I felt
Okay.
like it looked like a lot of shit kind of thrown together. But the way that it looks still looks pretty, but I didn't see food. The only thing I saw food was the cherry on top. But if she wouldn't have told me what she was, I was like, I don't get it. And I honestly did not like the hair with it. The
Okay.
hair looked really messy. It looked tousled, thrown around. It looked like she had it in a suitcase and she pulled it out. She didn't brush it and she just put it on top.
Okay.
But I gave it a bad pussy, but it was almost good pussy just because it was pretty and like you said, it had good elements, but for me, it just looked like too much. Next up, we have Tessa, and she's in this yellow gown that looks straight up like motherfucking cheese.
Absolutely. And Tessa is serving us Swiss cheese. I feel like she looks exactly what she was trying to give. Not only is it kind of comical, but it's beautiful.
Yeah,
It's
it's definitely that.
really, really well made. Really well made. I think she looks absolutely incredible.
Me too. I think the construction again of this gown is really fierce. I think it's so impressive when people can do those shoulder things that go around the shoulder and stick straight up.
Yep.
Buffet did one of those for Miss Gay America, I believe, where she
Hmm.
had the thing sticking up around the shoulder. And I just feel like that's so pretty when done correctly. And this is one of them moments. I love that she did just a simple little bun.
Hmm.
It kept it, and it's like wet looking, so she looks really like glossy. Love everything about this. I love the clear shoes with it too. Everything. I mean, honestly, a lot of her fashions this season have been really nice.
Really well made. She used that 20,000 that they got and is serving us looks on the runway. One of the
She's
only ones that's consistent. I think
she's
her
serving
makeup
us
looks
cheese on a
absolutely
platter,
beautiful.
bitch.
Yes. And it's not cheesy.
It's not, but she's definitely serving us.
Yes, yes, yes. So what do you give this?
I gave this a good pussy.
I give this a great pussy.
Fierce.
I haven't been giving too many of those this season, but I do think this is a great pussy.
Yeah, I can see this. Some like if you had to wear food, I feel like you would wear this. Next look that we have is Gala, and she's in this Marie Antoinette, I guess, type of look.
Yeah,
Um,
she's serving us chocolate and candy, but it's like in the style of Marie Antoinette.
Marie Antoinette. Yeah. So I'll give my opinion.
Okay.
I thought this was a bad pussy.
Oh,
I did not like the fact that it just to me it just looked too busy. It
yeah.
looked way too busy. I don't like when she did the reveal and she revealed her parts and then she turned around and the tuck of it was like really, really loose. It looked like one little blow, a little wind, honey, that shit would fall right off and you'd be seeing all her parts.
I mean,
Um,
wouldn't you be okay with that dessert?
I mean, I would, but in this case for the runway, um, but yeah, I think that this look just it was all over the place to me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I gave this a bad pussy.
To me, this is a hit it and quit it. And the reason is like before she revealed, I would have said this is a good pussy. But then, like you said, as soon as she did the reveal,
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt. I
yeah.
did write hit it and quit it
Oh, okay.
on my
All right.
phone. Sorry. But
Okay.
the more that I look at this picture, I was sitting here like, oh, this is a bad pussy.
Yeah. Well, you're allowed to change your mind. When you're allowed to change your mind. I,
Okay.
I think it was a good pussy before the reveal, and afterwards it's a hit it and quit it for the same exact reasons. It's just a little messy underneath. It's not as put together underneath as I would like a look, but I do like the look.
Mhm.
And then like the hair, there was a piece of hair that kept flopping down from the
Yes.
Marie Antoinette. Luckily she fixed it before she came back out for critiques.
I feel like Gala has great ideas.
Yeah.
She is like the epitome of a fierce drag queen
Yeah.
because like she makes all her stuff from scratch, it looks like, and it doesn't look like it's been from scratch. I just feel like what she needs is a little bit of editing.
Yeah.
You know what I
Agree. I
mean?
agree. I 100% agree.
So next up we have Kitty Scott Claus,
Yep.
and she's in this ketchup
She's
mustard.
she's serving an English breakfast.
Oh, fierce.
Yeah.
She definitely gave me food for sure, down boots. Like this for me is like the epitome of like I don't know. This just reminds me of like what Kitty Scott Claus would be in her final evolution.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She just looks so polished. I gave
Yeah.
this a great pussy. Everything about this looked great. I don't really know much about the tights. The tights were a little dark. Do you know she was like intentionally doing that?
I don't know. That is something I'm not aware of. I would hope that it's supposed to represent like the red or the bacon or something. I'm hoping
Yeah.
because girl, that is tan compared to her
I
upper
know.
body.
Girl, she
Woo!
appropriating, honey.
Girl, she's appropriating bacon, burnt
That's what
bacon.
I'm saying, bitch. But yeah, I thought this was a great pussy.
I'm gonna say that this is the quality look I expect from somebody.
This looks like she spent money from
Yeah.
what Drag Race gave her
And
and
I
used
will
it.
tell you, I have not been a fan of hers for the runways this season.
Me either.
It
You
does
know
not
that.
came with the looks. This is fierce.
Especially girl, that motherfucking ketchup had me come unglued, girl. I was like, yes, this is drag creativity.
Yeah, and the boas that are hanging from the back, those are expensive. That's at least 10 ply.
Oh, girl, you already fucking know because I just got them damn boas for the music. Well, I can't say much yet, but I was like, but girl, I spent $700 just to wrap them around the arms
The
of my
sleeve.
costume.
Yeah. Yeah. And they look, and it's a fierce look. Wait till everybody sees it, honey.
Yeah, it's fierce.
So I give this also a great pussy.
Sickening. So the next look we're gonna do is Queen Kong, and tell us what she is supposed to be. Because when I saw it, she gave me Little Bo Peep.
It is called pavlova. It's a dessert. It's a type of pie.
Mm-hmm.
And give your opinion.
I gave this a bad pussy to start with.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna start with the head and I'm gonna go all the way down to the bottom. So the head alone, the strawberries look cheap as hell.
Mm.
I don't like it.
Mm.
The hair, I already said this in a couple episodes ago. When you stone a wig, either stone it with like 10s, 20s, 30s, 16s to give it the texture, the dimension. If you go in here with like all the same color, same size stone,
You're doing 40s, 40 SS all the way down, bitch. Chunkarilla.
all the way to the point with a 40.
Chunkarilla, honey. Chunkarilla.
What is it? Chodzilla. There we go. So the hair was a no for me. I can't stand the velvet sequin most of the time for costumes.
Mm.
It gives me cheap.
Mm.
Unless it's used correctly, it looks cheap most of the time.
Mm. Speak on.
The shoulder pads, girl, what is going on with these shoulders? The shoulder pads look like it was meant for gala.
For a child. For a child, honey.
Yes.
And this is Queen Kong, honey. This is Queen Kong, and she got shoulders, bitch. Okay, what kind of
King Kong, bitch?
What kind of 3-year-old dance costume did she rip those out of, honey?
Girl,
that's what
I'm saying. She looked like King Kong that ate the child.
Oh my god, we're just talking about the shoulders here, okay?
We get on tangents, girl. So the shoulders wasn't enough for me.
Bitch, you are spending a long time describing what is just awful look.
Shit. Well, girl, the girls and everybody, they want to hear it. They want to hear what we gotta say. So let's talk about them arms, because them arms don't match them shoulders or them hips. But yeah, no, the hips, the fabric. I hate velvet most of the time. Velvet, period. All this is a mess. What is going on with this belt too? Why she got a belt?
Girl, this is
gold belt.
An absolute awful travesty of a runway.
It's awful.
And the runway is eat me. I would throw this dessert away.
I would let it catch mold, bitch.
Girl, it looks like it already has. A moldy pussy, bitch.
Girl, that's moldy central pussy.
This is definitely a bad pussy for me.
Bad pussy, period.
Yeah.
So next up, speaking of mold and bad smells, Vanity is next, and she's in this
rotted Swedish fish.
Yeah, rotted Swedish fish.
That's literally what she said. That's what she said. Rotted Swedish fish.
That's why I said, speaking of bad smells. What do you think of this look?
I think it's awful. I hate this.
Tell us why you hate it though, because I feel like there's elements to this that I think are good.
I think it's camp. I think it's camp. I just think it looks cheap. I think her makeup is absolutely beautiful.
Always looks fucking stamped. She's beautiful.
Yeah, she is beautiful. I just think this looks cheap. I don't know how to explain it other than it just looks cheap. The concept of it is interesting, I guess. But like, I don't know that I would ever want to dress up as rotted Swedish.
I honestly really think that it's a genius idea. Like, she definitely stepped out of the zone to like show people like, hey, I'm gonna be something that nobody would expect.
Like a sardine.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I hate about it and what I think could really elevate this. Throw out the earrings. The earrings are
Yep.
too much. It looks like you went and bought some cheap earrings off of Claire's and was like, let's just wear this. I
Yep.
think maybe a silver button earring would have been more efficient for this look.
Yep.
The hair was dried as fuck. Girl, that
Girl,
hair
cinched.
toe up
Girl, she had been under the dryer for years.
years, bitch. So let's talk about that. And then
Crusty,
also
dusty.
Crusty Dusty. I love the little tin can that she has because it resembles the fish being inside it. I do like the gown. The gown itself is really cool, but
She already wore this.
she already wore this.
This same silhouette. She made that dress for the one of the sewing challenges.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah. The
the black
Rouge.
gown? I already
Hmm.
seen it.
The
I already
one thing that I will say is if she would have just edited the wig, the earrings, and probably made the bottom flare out more like a fish's fin.
so the whole thing. Yeah.
No, the bottom, the
Yeah.
fishtail part.
If she would have edited the whole thing, like you said, yeah.
I mean, it's really just the hair, earrings, and the bottom of the gown. But because Mugler did some gowns like this one time.
This
He
ain't Moo
did,
Glare.
girl. But I'm saying though
This
that
might be Moo Glare, honey. This is not Moo Glare.
I'm not justifying that this is a good pussy. I'm saying that there is elements here to being fierce if she knew how to. It's just a level of taste, like we always say.
Yeah. And ain't
So,
nobody gonna taste rotted Swedish fish.
girl, nobody wants this fish, bitch. And she is not serving fish. No, she's gorgeous. But yeah, I gave this a bad pussy.
I'm giving this a bad pussy. I think she looks gorgeous. It's not her worst runway for sure, but um, I'm just not gonna back down from what my expectation for somebody on All Stars is, especially
Well,
now
girl, it's
finding out
weird that I
that they were,
forget that.
yeah, and especially finding out that they got stipends. And again, this came from one of the contestants that
Mm,
said that they got $20,000, and I'm just not seeing that in this wardrobe.
no.
I spent $2,000 for season 9, and you could tell.
Yeah, but you looked
I
great
spent I
because you
spent
have taste.
I spent 20,000 when I won All Stars 4, and my wardrobe was impeccable with $20,000. So
Period.
if I had an impeccable runway package for All Stars 4 with the same amount that they got for this, there's no excuse for any of these girls. That's why I'm being so tough.
And it's weird. It's not weird, but it's just crazy to me because I judge these girls like I'm watching a normal drag race because I keep
Yeah,
forgetting that it's all stars. And when we say all stars, it's true. Get your shit together, Mary. Like
yeah.
if you're getting money, spend the money on the fucking wardrobe. Stop taking it and I don't know where you're putting it because we don't see nowhere. We don't see it on the wigs. We don't see it on the
Nope.
shoes. We don't see
Nope.
it on the jewelry,
Nope. Not on the wardrobe. Nope.
and sometimes the mug.
Girl. Well, with Vanity, she always has the mug. At least she has the mug.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in general with everybody, sometimes it's a
Right.
miss, period. So
Yep.
when we're talking about all stars, I totally agree. So with that being said, is this all stars quality? Absolutely not. Rotted
Nope.
fish.
Yep.
Next up, we have Alyssa Edwards, and she's in this like ice cream straw. Is it strawberry shortcake?
No, it's
Not
just an
strawberry.
ice cream cone look.
Okay, she's in the ice cream look. It's very caricature, very cosplay-ish vibes. Like it almost looks like she's like this character from a cartoon. What do you think?
I hate it. I
Really?
This is my first runway of Alyssa's that I absolutely hate. I feel like because she doesn't wear pads, it's very unproportionate.
Mm,
Sometimes I can be forgiving with that um if things are proportionate, but because it's so top heavy with the hair being huge, the shoulders being huge, and no hips at all. And one thing about Alyssa that she does a lot, which I do not like, is that she'll wear a costume with no hips, but still have like a hip pinier or something that sticks
mm.
out. Um, I hate it. I hate it. It looks like it's made well. Um, and she looks absolutely stunning in the face, and her legs look nice, but there's not a hip in sight, bitch. And it's so disproportionate. I hate it. This is a bad pussy to me.
Okay. I, you know me though, this is very my style. Like if I had a runway that had to be like cartoon character, like this is something I would probably wear. So, but I would come with pads, bitch. And I
Yep.
probably would wear some kind of tights, with like maybe sprinkles on it or something. I don't know. Just or maybe the tights would look more like an ice cream cone. You know what I
Sprinkle,
mean?
sprinkle, sprinkle,
Girl. But
sprinkle.
I gave this a great pussy.
Oh my God. What? This is the biggest upset I've ever had with you. We've never
I
disagreed more. This is awful. How you gonna give this a great pussy when her hips are dented in, girl? She's like deficit of hip.
well, let me be honest. So
Girl,
when I watched
she is
it,
like your bank account 10 years ago, girl. Ain't
it's
nothing
still
in
that way, bitch.
ain't nothing in there.
Melted.
It's like up top, that's your debt, and down below, that is the money you have in your bank,
Girl,
bitch.
melted and non-existent, bitch.
Girl, absolutely not. This ice cream has been left out in the sun, and girl, she is not frozen. She needs to let it go.
Well, girl, it is being let go. Look, there ain't nothing left on them hips.
But you gave it a great pussy.
But you know what? I do like it. I like the wig. I thought the wig was cool. I think the reason why I said great pussy is because when I watched it, when you're watching the runways, like it's filmed really quick.
Oh no, I saw the hips and they were not there.
Well,
The hips
I
don't lie, bitch.
how did I know you were gonna fucking say that? I knew it. She's gonna be like, them hips don't lie.
So I gave this a bad pussy and you gave this a great pussy, bitch.
Yep.
Wow.
But hey, you know what? That's why we have this review
Yeah.
show
Everybody has their
because
opinions.
everybody
Yeah.
has their opinions. Like the people in the comments, they want to come in and leave their opinions on what we say about it. But you know what? Everybody has an opinion, and that's
Yeah,
why you watch a
exactly.
review
And you
show.
know what? And that's totally okay. That's why, we're not here to just agree with each other. We're here to give our opinions. We're here to
Yeah.
review.
If y'all wanted us to agree on everything, then go watch some Kumbaya things.
Yep. One thing that we didn't mention, which I loved, right when Kitty was doing her runway, RuPaul makes a joke, which is a spin on one of my jokes, where I say,
Really?
"Where are the jokes?" And she says, "Where are the yolks?"
Yes. I did not hear that.
Yes. You know what's funny? And I'm sure she does this with a lot of queens, is she like quotes a lot of queens on the show. But I've noticed she's quoted me several times.
Girl, you have a lot of good, like when you tend to like just go off and just be authentically you and read a bitch. That's why I said when it comes to the roasts, like if you would learn to just kind of like be you and stop stressing about making it land, I feel like that's money. That's gold.
Well,
You
I
know what I
did
mean?
that for All Star 7. I did that for All Star 7 and the last roast tour that I did in the UK with Murray and Peter, it was a roast tour. I did that as well.
Yeah.
So it's like I said, it is something you can
And it's also
improve on.
easier said than done. Like I
Yeah.
know I'm over here like preaching to you. I've never done it before, so I don't know how hard it is.
I
But
can't wait. If you get on, I can't
girl,
wait to watch you fucking burn,
you're
bitch.
gonna watch them crash and
Girl,
fucking
it's gonna
burn.
be the roast because they're gonna roast you, bitch.
They gonna tie me up in all fours, bitch.
Girl, they ain't gotta ask you twice.
Oh my
So
gosh.
overall, who is your favorite runway and who's your least favorite runway?
My favorite runway was probably I did the tops and the bottoms of the week, but
Yeah.
my favorite was probably I say Kitty's Got Claws.
Okay. And what was your least favorite?
My least favorite was probably Queen Kong's.
My favorite runway of the week is Tessa with the Swiss cheese. I just thought, even though it was pretty simple, it was so well executed and she looked absolutely stunning. I just loved it. So that was my favorite runway of the week. And um, my least favorite runway of the week was Queen Kong's. It just was not something you should ever wear.
No, and see that's where the review show comes in. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we don't.
Right, right. So, overall, now that you have seen the runway and the challenge, who is your top two? Or who is your winner of the week and who's your bottom two of the week this is all before critiques.
I had just one top, but I can come up with two.
No,
My
no, no. Just
top
say who's your top. Just one, your
my
one.
top person of the week was Kitty
Agree. Agree.
because she was just so clean in
Yep.
the
In both.
in both, literally both challenges.
Yeah.
And this was like the best of her. She
Yeah.
just I feel like she's growing, and I know this is not a place for growing, but unfortunately she's just getting that opportunity because I think she just has something that they like, you
Well,
know?
this was her week. Nobody can deny that.
Yep.
She's a stunning queen. She was hilarious, looked great in the Snatch game, and she was stunning on the runway. And she was one of the very few that hit both.
I think I would have said Nelly was top if she would have had a better runway because her Snatch game was fierce.
I think she was, to me, top three, but to me, second place went to Pythia because she was also good on the runway and in the Snatch game.
That part.
But Kitty for sure was the winner of the week to
Yeah.
me. Who was your bottom two?
My bottom was Gala and Vanity.
Same. I don't, and we haven't talked about this. This is
No.
just what we thought. I think accumulatively with the runways and with their performance in the Snatch game, they were to me the bottom two.
Yep.
Now the actual winner of the week was Kitty, and the actual bottom two was Gala and Vanity. So we got those right, like on the head. And I put down mine before even critiques happened.
Yep.
This was just my own thoughts. Well, the two of them lip sync
To this weird song where it's like
to a very unusual, a very unusual song, which has no real words to it.
But you know
And
what? I love that.
I thought it was genius. It was
I
something
love drag
refreshing. It was something refreshing. And I thought Vanity absolutely murdered it.
She
She
fucking killed
embodied it. It was effortless. She had the mannerisms. It wasn't too overdone. I thought that Gala was just trying too much.
Yeah.
And it just oozed out of Vanity. Plus, she looked beautiful.
She looked beautiful, and I think the thing that makes her slay this so much is the emoting that she does.
Yes. Yeah.
There's just, I don't know if you've noticed this, like sometimes in drag, but like, you know how when you watch a queen like emote, sometimes you can watch two of the same queen do the same exact thing, the same, literally exact same thing, but you'll look at one queen and be like, that song was meant for that person.
Yep.
And looking at Vanity when she was lip syncing, I was like, she looks like she's the singer of the song.
Yeah.
It was
and not in a shady
touching.
way. Like it just seemed natural.
Yeah, no. I'm not trying to be shady. I'm just saying that it was just so well emoted.
Yeah.
And the way that she sold it, I was like, girl,
it was right.
Yeah, it was
this was her moment. She's a great performer. My only issue with Vanity really is her runways, because I think that she does do good for the
comedy.
most in the challenges, and I think that she's a great performer. So if she just would have came with a stronger lip sync, a stronger runway package, I think she could have possibly been in the top a lot more.
Yeah. I think that she just needs to really invest in her drag craft a little more.
Yep.
And just maybe work on the taste a little.
Yeah.
But other than that, she is the package.
Yep. And I know we've been hard, but that's because it's All Stars, girl. This is not a newcomer pageant. You know what I mean? This is you're supposed to be veterans up here. Correct. Knowing shit and bringing
global phenomenon.
Yeah, exactly. So Vanity wins the lip sync, no surprise there, and your boyfriend goes home, Gala.
Which was sad.
And I think that was the right choice this week. I feel bad because I am a fan of Gala's. I think that she kind of got the short end of the stick on some of the weeks.
Yeah.
But this definitely was not her week.
Yeah, I agree. I was sad.
Now, based off of what we've seen so far in the competition, who do you think is going to win the season?
You know what? I think Pythia.
Really?
Yeah, just because the fact that she was able to come up with the character like that so quick, make a look in 20 minutes. Now, granted, it was a toga. And when she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna make a look so quick," and she's gonna do Zeus, I told Ethan, I said, "Well, bitch, it's not that hard. It's a motherfucking toga."
Yeah.
But she didn't make just a toga. She had like a band. She had ruffled the fabric around it. She had did a little something something to that look. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I was very impressed the fact that she was not only be able to make that look, she was able to come up with the comedy on the fly so quick under the pressure of having to make another character. And her drag is so good. It's creative. Um, just everything about her. She's a full package.
I've been bouncing around between three people, and it consistently changes based off of the week.
Me too.
I've been saying Pythia, Alyssa, and Kitty, and Kitty just pulled right in front of everybody else this week. I like this just shows if she can keep up with her runways, this just shows her strength. And if she just keeps this trajectory, I could totally see her winning.
Yeah, I think top four definitely is Pythia, Kitty, Alyssa, and who was the other one that we just said? Oh,
Now,
I think it could be between Nelly and what's her name? What's the other girl? Nelly and I don't
Queen,
think Queen Kong is going to be top four.
really.
No,
I think I'm just
Tessa.
I'm gonna
Tessa.
stick with my three. I'm
Okay.
gonna stick with my three because I don't want to get too clouded of like somebody just having a good week.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think Nelly has been doing great, but I just don't think I see her winning. I think she's
I
great
think
though.
she's top four quality though.
I think she could be.
Mhm.
Um, I also think Tessa could be. I also think Queen could be. But I think the three that I mentioned, I could see any of those winning. It's just going to be who is the most consistent going forward.
Yeah, they all have something.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for watching this week's episode.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to follow us on social media, it's Trinity the Tuck on Instagram, Chantel Sparkles on Instagram. You can listen to all our podcasts on all your podcasts streaming services. Name some.
Yeah, Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora,
I almost
uh,
thought you said pandemic for a second. You can
all
also
of
listen to a lot of our actual podcasts, which we have guests on Trinity's Patreon channel. You have to pay for that, but you get to see us in person because you
and
know we're gonna be live.
it's only $5 a month, and you
Yeah, it's
get
cheap.
all the episodes. And
And
that
that
just
just helps us.
yeah, that helps us with the editing fee because to afford to do this is it's a lot and it's been fun. I'm not gonna jinx it, but we're considering doing
Don't are you gonna tell them the tea?
no, I'm not gonna tell him the tea yet,
Okay, I was gonna say
but
make
we
it
are
bigger.
but we're considering doing Dragula. We're gonna see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Things might be happening where we are able to do Dragula as well.
Yeah.
That's just a lot right now, so we're gonna see. We're gonna see. There might be some exciting news with that. And once we confirm, we will let you all know.
But thank you guys so much for the support and thanks for watching.
Bye.